是李燕如. Hi everyone, I'm Yanru Li. In this lesson, we'll learn how to talk about well-being in Chinese. Questions like how are you, how are you doing are very common in English, either as a greeting or a small talk. Well, in Chinese, people ask these questions as well, but typically you'll hear these questions when two people haven't seen each other for a while or when they are genuinely concerned about the well-being of the other person. For example, two neighbors just ran into each other in the apartment lobby and they haven't seen each other for months. Next, we're going to hear this dialogue between these two neighbors who haven't seen each other for a long time. 你好吗？我很好，你呢？ One more time, a bit slower. 你好吗？我很好，你呢？ Alright, now let's take a closer look at this dialogue. First is the question. 你好吗？你好吗？ You may have seen this phrase 你好 as a very common Chinese greeting, which means hello, but literally 你好 is you good. So 你好吗 is a question asking, are you good? 你好吗 or how are you? 你好吗 Now the response, the first part is 我很好. 我很好 means I'm very good or I'm good. And the second part, 你呢? 你呢 is asking, how about you? And you? This is a very simple but very useful phrase for everyday language, everyday conversations. So if you want to ask the other person the same question, simply say 你呢? And you? 你呢? So together this dialogue is 你好吗? How are you? 我很好, I'm good. 你呢? And you? Alright, so on the other side of this board, I have listed a few other ways you can answer the question 你好吗? Let's take a look together. 第一个, the first one is 我还行. 我还行 means I'm okay. Okay, so if 我很好, I'm very good, it's a 9 or a 10. 我还行 is probably a 7 or 8. 我还行, I'm okay, I'm pretty good. So 我还行. Also, you can replace the 行 with 好. 我还好 and 我还行 have the same meaning. The next one, 我一般般. 我一般般 means I'm so-so. So 一般 or 一般般, you can either say 一般 or 一般般 means average or so-so. So 我一般般. So if 我很好 it's a 9 or 10, 我一般般 is probably a 5 or even 4. 我一般般. Next, 我不太好. 我不太好. Now you see this negator, the negative word 不 here. And then 好 is good. 不好, not good. If I just say 我不好, may sound a little too straightforward or a little too harsh. So to soften the tone a little bit, I can put this 太 in between 不 and 好. 太 means to something. T-O-O-2. So 不太好 is not too good, not so good. 我不太好. Okay, the last one, 我老样子. 我老样子. 老样子 is sort of a slang expression which means same old, same old. 老样子. 老, old. 样子 means appearance. So the old appearance or just like before. 我老样子. Okay, now let's read these responses one more time. Feel free to read after me. 我还行. 我还行. 我一般般. 我一般般. 我不太好. 我不太好. 我老样子. 我老样子. Good job. Okay, now in the table below, I listed all the well-being phrases in some sort of an order. So on the left side, on this side, I have the more positive ones, the good ones. So there's 很好, good or very good. And then there's 还行, good or okay, pretty good. Or we can say 还好, 还行, and 还好 have about the same meaning. So on the right side is the not so good or could have been better ones. Now 一般般 or 一般. Even though 一般 means average, but when you say 一般, you kind of indicate that the things are not as good as you expected. So it's just so-so. 一般般 or 一般. And then we have 不太好, not too good, not so good. Okay, so these are more of the negative ones. And then in the middle is the neutral one, 老样子. Same old, same old. If you were 很好, you're still 很好. If you were 不太好, you're still 不太好. This is 老样子. Okay, and the way we use these well-being phrases is, first we have 我, I, since I'm talking about myself, and then directly after I put the well-being phrases here. So remember, for a lot of beginners, they tend to make the mistake of adding this word, 是. Let me put it here, 是. M is R after this 我, but you do not need that, okay? Don't put it there. We don't need 是 at all. Simply 我, well-being phrases. 我很好, 我老样子, 我一般, okay? And because in Chinese you don't have to worry about conjugation, so you can use 我 or any other pronouns or subject, names, and then well-being phrases. That's how we talk about well-being in Chinese. Let's review. Do you remember how to say good? 好, 好. And how to say I? 我. Do you remember how to say I'm good? 我很好. 我很好. Do you remember how to say I'm okay? 我还行. 我还行. Do you remember how to say I'm so-so? 我一般般. 我一般般. Do you remember how to say I'm not so good? 我不太好. 我不太好. And how to say I'm just like before? 我老样子. 我老样子. Do you remember how to say and you? 你呢? 你呢? Well done! In this lesson, you've learned how to describe your well-being in Chinese. That's all for this lesson. Thank you for watching. I'm Yinru, and I'll see you again on ChineseClass101.com. 再见.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.